Hello, welcome to this section. Before we start, I wanted to introduce myself. My name is NAB, and I'll be your therapist, social worker. Before we start talking, I wanted to let you know that what happened in this room, stay in this room unless you say there's something's going on at home that I need to report, I will report. Other than that, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Stacy. Um,
Hi Stacy, how are you today?
I'm doing good today. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. What may I ask? What brought you in here today?
What brought me in today was I have a lot of stuff going on. They're kind of like separate but the same. So I'm dealing with a lot of stress with school and how to pay for school, and then I'm going dealing with how to figure out if I need to go part time at work or stay full time, because I'm a full time student and a full time worker.
Okay.
So trying to juggle those and the hours is hard, and then the financial part is also stressing me out too.
Okay, so you're saying that you're stressing with school, work, and also with financial. Can we break those three topics down and talk about it?
Yeah.
So let's put school first. Can you tell me what's going on and why are you stressed about it?
Yeah, with school, it kind of sort of plays into financial, but mainly it's just since I got financial stuff going on, but we'll talk about that later. I'm just slacking in classes. I just feel like I lost my motivation for school this semester, and I don't know why, because I love school and I love learning, but for some reason my motivation is off, so I've been not turning in assignments, or if I have turned in assignments, they're not like my best work, and just basically half-assed. So just trying to be better, putting my all into my schoolwork, and because I don't want to fail out and then lose the opportunity to get scholarships next semester, next year, and then if I fail out of classes, then I fell out of my program that I am in, and then I'll have to wait till fall of next year to get back into my program. So
I'm so sorry that you're struggling with school. May I ask, have you talked to your professor or a counselor that can help you gain your motivation back?
yeah, I haven't talked to anybody. Kind of like talked to my professors, and so like they're kind of understanding and everything, but they're also like being hard on me because they know I can do better. And like in the beginning, like the first week or two, like I was trying to be on my best and everything, but now I'm just not doing the best. So I feel like they can kind of see that I have better and can do better, but I'm just not putting my best self forward. So I'm just trying to work through that. But they also are very understanding. But I talked to my advisor, like my counselor, so she's understanding. She definitely knows me, so she knows I can do better. So she's not trying to be too hard on me, because she knows I get overwhelmed and emotional, and I think she doesn't want to put too much extra stress and expectations on me, other than the ones she knows I already put on myself.
That's good that you have a really kind and understanding professor and counselor. Can you describe like why are you losing your motivation on schoolwork? You say that you love doing your schoolwork. Is something outside of class or outside of school that are bothering you? That's why you don't want to do your work?
I think I usually get fixated on certain things. So I guess like we could talk about like the financial part of it, I guess now, and the work.
Okay.
I've always worked long hours and a lot of hours and like short spawn periods. So like I've always worked like a 312 or like 316s and juggled school, but I just feel like now it's just a lot going on, and then me and my mom kind of get into it sometimes about that, but I usually just fixate on one thing and then don't pay attention to other stuff. So I think I'm just overly fixated on financial stuff right now and how I'm going to pay for school, because my loans that I usually get offered, like subsidized and unsubsidized, I haven't been offered anything like that, and then I'm not offered like scholarships that'll pay for like the full semester or a year. So I think I'm just fixated on that, and it's just making me lose my motivation. But also beforehand, I think I'm not questioning that I want to do social work, because I love social work. I love the whole aspect of what it is and what it can be, but I think I'm just
so sorry to hear about that. But with you also mentioned that you're working long hours, and you also mentioned that you taking full time being a student. Do you have a preference of putting one side, such as your job, like for you to go full time? I meant part time. Have you ever like talked about it or talked to anybody about it or thought about it?
Yeah, so I've thought about going part-time at either school or work, and then I'll talk to my mom, 'cause she's like my best friend and we're close. And it doesn't really work. She's telling me I shouldn't go part-time at either, and I think she's not understanding how hard it is to juggle it and jiggle it. I work 3 12 hours. I used to have 2 jobs, and I used to do 12s at both of them. That would be working like 6 days out the week on top of going to school. But now I'm just working one job on these 3 12-hour shifts, and the days I work fluctuate. The only day I have set off officially is Wednesdays because I have long classes that days. But like just working different days and feeling drained from that, especially if it's like a hard day at work, night at work. 'Cause I work nights too, so that doesn't help that I work nights and I don't usually get sleep. All my classes start at 10 and get off at 8. So I go home, take a quick little shower, try to squeeze in like a 15-minute nap, 30-minute nap. Sometimes if I get off earlier, it'll be an hour. But it's just all that going on. It's kind of hard to juggle it, but with school, I thought about going part-time too, but the 2 scholarships I applied to have to be full-time. So I'm hoping to get those scholarships since financial aid says I'm not eligible to get Pell Grants anymore because they said I make too much. So hopefully with those scholarships that I get and the other 2 my friend told me about to apply for, I have to be full-time, so I can't go part-time because then I'll lose out on those scholarships that pay more to pay for school, which would take a lot of stress off of me.
That is a lot of stress on you. Being a full-time worker and a full-time student and juggling school and work, working night shift, picking up extra shift to help you with bills. That's a lot on you as a college student and also being young. Other than school and work, do you have any outside of school and work that you wanted to talk about?
Outside of school and work, I think I'm kind of okay with stuff. I just usually hang out with my friends a lot to take my mind off all that stuff. And like if I didn't have those stressors, I think I'd probably be semi-okay. I don't have too much going on. Like my friend tries to get me into dating, but other than that, I don't have a lot going on. I usually just stay at home. And
are you taking your friends' advice about dating while you going through a lot of stuff already?
Yeah,
or?
I'm trying to because I've done it before. When I was at a smaller university at Ivy Tech and then transferred here. So I was talking to somebody then, and I did it then when I was doing like 2 16s and a 12, which is a lot of hours plus working every day. School every day. And I was able to juggle it then. But I just feel like since I'm more in my career classes and stuff now here at IUPUI, it's a little harder, but also, I don't know. I told my friend who joked I get bored easily with people, and I have such high standards, and she's like, don't lower your standards. So I'm not gonna lower them or anything, but I definitely am just, I don't know, indecisive when it comes to dating people, and just feel like it's hard for me to date.
So you talk about your outside of school and work, you also have friends that you intend to go out with. Do you have any like hobbies and things you do without them, or just like with yourself?
Yeah. If I'm not doing stuff with my friends, I'm usually at home reading. I've always been like a very avid reader, if that's the word. I've always loved to read. And if I'm not reading, I'm writing books and poetry, and I've been doing that since I was like 12. Probably 8 actually. When my mom said I wrote my first poem and gave it to her. So I'm always writing poems and books and anything that pops in my head, stuff like that. I do that a lot, but if I'm not doing that, I like to go when it's warm because it's getting a little cold now.
Mhm.
I like to go canoeing and kayaking.
Mhm.
Sometimes I go hiking, but I always joke I'm too big for that and my legs hurt. But I do like canoeing and kayaking, and then axe throwing. I like to go to the gun range. I have stuff that outside of them I like to do, try to keep to myself. I do
Mhm.
have one friend. We're very close and we got closer, so I feel like sometimes when we're not together, I'm like, oh, I need to go do this with my friend. I do have stuff, like a lot of stuff I like to do outside of it because I need that space to
Mhm.
time.
That's good. Do you like when you do these stuff, like you say you write poems, so you're saying you're also going through a lot of stuff with working, juggling with working and schooling and financial. Do you sometimes forget about those and just take time to yourself, or?
Yeah. When I take time to myself, I try to usually just go sit outside and reflect on all of that. And sometimes like my poems and stuff reflect my emotions and how I feel. So I'll just reflect on those and then try to move forward and try to come up with a solution and not just like hyper fixate on it and get overwhelmed and feel like it's no end to it. So that doesn't always work, but I try to do that a lot that way. I won't get on everybody's nerves. I keep being repetitive and stuff like that, but I know my friends wouldn't care. But yeah, usually if I'm like going through a lot, depending how bad it is, I usually just stay at home and watch TV or get on TikTok or read.
That's good.
Get a whole bunch of books and just read them through.
That is good to hear. Well, before we end this section, I wanted to go back to the three main topics that brought you in here. So I know that you went through a lot with those juggling with school and work. If you decided to drop part-time full-time worker into part-time working, or the other way around, full-time schooling to a part-time student, do you and then you gain all your scholarship back? Do you prefer which one is which?
I would prefer to just stay full-time student, just that way, because the program I'm in is supposed to be geared to be a 2-year program, and I've been in school for forever. This wasn't my original major. I was originally a biology major when I went into college, and then I switched to psychology, and then last minute before I graduated with my associates at Ivy Tech with psychology, I switched to social work, which added 2 years there. So originally I was at Ivy Tech for 4 years, so 3 years, something like that. So I would prefer to go part-time worker, that way I can focus on school, and because right now the program I'm geared to finish it in 2025. So I would go that way.
You're saying that if you have the money to pay bills and stuff, you will definitely go to school full-time and have your motivation to finish up your program?
Yeah, so like if miraculously I won the lottery or my financial stuff with schools paid for, I would probably, like if I didn't have financial stuff going on with school, I probably might stay full-time at work and full-time at school, just for the fact that I'm like mainly fixated on not having any way to pay for school. So like if that goes away and even if I have to take out a loan again, which I really don't want to do, it just hasn't popped up on my system yet, so I can't see if I'm able to get a loan. But if I can get a loan and pay for school this year, I'll stay full-time student and worker, and then I think that'll help just ease that. That way I can get back into really focusing a lot on school and everything.
Hopefully you resolve all your problems, and before we end this section, if you ever need to come back to me and talk about it and how you're working with your schooling and work and figure out the problem between it. If you ever wanted to come back and talk to me, you're always welcome. Other than that, do you have anything to talk about or discuss?
No, I think that covered all of the stuff today. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Thank you. Thank you for having me